Hey there friends, happy Saturday to everybody. Really short video today. I'm working on a really interesting video for tomorrow, and I want to put it out today, and I'm not going to get around to it. Plus, I'm taking my son to his first ever rock concert tonight. I'm not sure if you guys know of the probably 80s and 90s band Zebra, really good band out of New Orleans. They're actually playing here in Louisiana tonight in Lake Charles, and I'm bringing my son to it. So excited about that. He gets to see his first rock concert. Real quick, if you don't mind, guys, check out my friends X-Tech Tactical. These guys make an awesome +3 magazine extension. The only ones I'm ever going to use, not garbage material, not even 3D printed type stuff. Really good, well-manufactured stuff. Check them out again, X-Tech Tactical. What I want to talk about today. You know how we get so busy in this news cycle and we lose sight of yesterday's stories sometimes? And I know we're pretty good about reminding ourselves, hey, what about this? We never really got closure on that, or we never heard anything on that. We're waiting on information from this. There's a lot of stuff that we're still waiting on information. If you'll bear with me for a second, I have a list and I want to go through it to make sure that we still continue to ask these questions. One of the biggest things I pride myself on this channel is that we ask those questions. We don't let things die. We don't let things go away. And here are some things. First of all, the most obvious, the Epstein list. How do two people get locked up, Epstein and his groomer chick? How do they get locked up? How do they get convicted, or at least she gets convicted? They got convicted of pimping out underage girls to Johns, to people who abuse them. None of the Johns have been arrested. None. No list. Pam Bondi's been talking about this list. First, she was duped into thinking there was only 200 pages worth of evidence. Then we find out there's thousands. Then she said by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, those papers need to be, like she sent a strongly worded letter to Kash Patel. I want those on my desk by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning was last week. We still don't know anything. You know what's going to happen. When we finally get some piss poor list of information from them, it's going to be heavily redacted. We're not going to know anything. There will be no names involved because, we don't want to hurt anybody's, the victims and all that. We know who the victims are in most cases. The victims have come out. The victims have come out asking for this information to be released unredacted. I guess we could throw the Diddy list in there also, but at least something is being slow walked there. But the Epstein list, I got a real problem with that. How do you arrest people for a crime of essentially prostituting young underage people? You convict them because you had enough proof to prove that these people were doing this, yet nobody who was actually performing the acts is called out, captured, brought in for questioning, locked up, put on trial. Nothing? Really? Speaking of Pam Bondi, the response to Trump's executive order regarding the Second Amendment. Her homework was due last Sunday. Now, there have been some reports come out, official reports, with credibility, that she's been given an extension to get that out. Hopefully, that means she was working so diligently on it that she didn't have time to finish it, and not that she just blew it off and said, I need more time. I have a very low opinion of Bondi to begin with, based on her previous actions regarding red flag gun laws in the state of Florida. She pushed really hard for those. So not a lot of confidence in her regarding the Second Amendment. I don't know how high on the priority list that is for her. I don't know if she chose to blow it off again, or if that's just something that she got overwhelmed with. Nevertheless, really like to see you complete your homework. We know the dog didn't eat it. So Bondi, turn in your homework. And earlier this week, I talked a little bit about the Las Vegas Mandalay Bay shooting. Where's the full investigation on that? Where's the full unredacted investigation on that? And the reason why I push for that, don't tell me there's an ongoing investigation. Who are you investigating for criminal reasons? If the perp has been deceased, which he is, if he's the perp, then if no one else is on your list to get in trouble or put a charge on, then why are we not releasing all the investigative reports? Unless, somebody else is involved. And like I said last week, out of 23 guns that were allegedly in the room with him, why did you perform a trace on only 4 unless you knew where all the other ones came from? Maybe you supplied them. I want more information on that. Speaking of the person allegedly performing the crime by themselves, yet there being an ongoing investigation being your excuse why you can't release any information, Thomas Crooks, the Butler, Pennsylvania assassin that tried to shoot Donald Trump. How come we don't have the information on that? We've got Donald Trump as president now. He's over the Secret Service now. He's over the FBI, the Department of Justice. So what are we waiting on? Doesn't he want to know? I would think that Trump would want to know what's going on with this. I want to know what's going on there. Again, don't give me the excuse, oh, we got an ongoing investigation. For what? If there's an ongoing investigation, is that your way of admitting somebody else is involved? If not, then what's the investigation for? Close the books, release the information, unless there's more people involved, which I think many of us probably already know that there is, but I want to hear them say this. Give me your reason. Either you release the stuff and you have no reason, or you don't release the stuff and you give me a reason. January 6th pipe bomber. Where's that information? And for that matter, all the January 6th stuff, the Ray Epps, all that good stuff. More and more information continues to trickle out. First, it's just FBI doesn't have anybody in the crowd. Then FBI says, we got people that we didn't give permission to be in the crowd. Then the FBI comes out and says, we had 28 people in the crowd. So what is it? And as far as the pipe bomber, really? That was kind of a big deal at first. Oh, we got a guy planting bombs out here. He's planting pipe bombs all over the place. These are Trump supporters doing this. Really? You guys could find an old lady farting in a Walmart in the backwoods of Kentucky if she sent a birthday card to Washington, D.C. on January 6th. And you can't find a guy who you have video of walking around January 6th planting pipe bombs? Give me a break. Unless that guy had an FBI t-shirt on, I fail to believe and figure out why this is something hard for you to do. You managed to uncover all kinds of stuff, and you chased people all over the country for 4 years that even looked at pictures of January 6th and weren't even there, and you questioned them. Yet you can't find one of the main things that you guys hung your hat on for January 6th. Oh, we got a pipe bomber. Guys, there's a way longer list, and I don't want to take up too much of your time on a Saturday afternoon, but these are things that we can't let die. They want them to die. Obviously, the state-run media wants all these things to die because it covers up things that they're helping cover up. They don't want us to know the answers to this stuff. This is stuff that we have to keep, I don't want to say front of mind, because there are other things, and I think that are very important for us to be focusing on right now. But again, sometimes I think we get caught up. I know me as a content creator and you guys as a content consumer, sometimes when we're doing stuff daily, we're looking for that daily thing. Like, what's today's story? That was yesterday's story. And sometimes we lose sight of, wait a minute, we didn't button that one up. That one's still out there with the same unknowns that we had 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago. We still don't know anything more. Or does somebody know something more and they're just not telling us?
I'm sorry, I thought this was America. He's so horrible.